Novians, dude, my voice is actually getting better today. I had such a, when you feel slightly ill and you have one of the most hellish sleeps. Like I woke up about 7 times in the night sweating. I had like these proper vivid, lucid dreams where I was like sat around in a circle with my like dead family members, and we were like reminiscing over the old days. Mate, it was crazy. But anyway, I'm in the center of Barca. Today's the first day of the next coaching immersion. I've got immersions coming out my backside at this point, but I love it. It's amazing. I'm really doing what I love. This was very much the vision that I had for myself 4 years ago. Like when I started all of this stuff, when I was living in that grotty apartment in Central East and working my dead end 9 to 5, I was like, yeah, one day this is going to be my life. One day I'm going to be traveling the world. I'm going to be changing people's lives. I'm going to become the best in the world at this decentralized skill set of the awake 1%. And I am going to be living that freedom from bullshit lifestyle. So I don't know, like I hope that me learning out loud and documenting my life one live stream at a time, and all just like the kaleidoscope of content that I've documented on this channel over the past 4 years, like I really do hope it inspires you to break free from your own bullshit and live a life beyond the beige before your best years are behind you. I think that one of my greatest superpowers has always been future projection. Yeah, like 4 years ago, when I wasn't the man that I wanted to be, when I was a porn addict who had erectile dysfunction, couldn't pull a muscle, I was getting comments on the regular from guys being like, you're ugly, you're a 4 out of 10 at best, you're physically disadvantaged. Like my biggest superpower was meeting myself in the future. Like the version of me that's speaking to you today, 27 years old, I've created this through imagination, right? Like I imagine to myself, right, who do I want to become and what do I need to do to get there? And then worked relentlessly like a savage to make this my reality. Do you know what I mean? That's why I always say to you boys, it doesn't happen by luck, it happens by design. It's happened because I've decided. So for anybody who wants to be the perpetual excuse maker or action avoider or little crybaby, we are all self-made, but the only people who want to admit that they're self-made, the people who are proud of their lives. Every decision that I've ever made in my life, it's got me to where I am today. So, if you're dissatisfied with your life, then it's a case of changing your actions, it's changing your mindsets, it's changing your habits. And yeah, just coming out here today, I'm not feeling my best by any means, but I'm showing up anyway, just getting on with it, just doing what I need to do, separating feelings from actions. And yeah, I think just living for that audience of one. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to be in Barca for the next week, and then I go over to Malaga, and then I go to Amsterdam where I'm going to be doing filming a few boys, because there's actually not that many people now who are creating like in-field content. I might be wrong, but especially in the UK, I feel as though the content has just dried up. I think I'm like one of the only people who's actually consistently posting high quality cold approach content. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I really don't see people doing it that much anymore. I feel like a lot of people have just got scared off by it. And I'm like, dude, like this is the skill, right? Like me coming out here, capturing the content, making the infields, like I see it as my duty to you boys, because for me, the thing that I teach, which is cold approach, which is the gentleman's way of bringing women into our lives, is the best way. Like it's the most efficient, the most organic, the most natural way of actually exploding our dating lives. Like I don't want to be swiping, I don't want to be doing nightclubs, I don't want to try and get girls through my social circle, I don't want to be mass DMing hundreds of women like a little simp. So yeah, this is the way. But like I'm always saying to you boys, like the way we do anything is the way we do everything. Like me coming out here, recording myself in public, being able to tap into that freedom from bullshit frequency, and dive bomb into this comfort. Like, do you understand how just this skill of cold approach, like it feeds into the rest of our lives? Like I used to have situational confidence. Like I spent a decade being a magician, like performing magic around the UK. I had like European gigs as well, but I realised that I had situational confidence. Like when I didn't have a deck of cards in my hand, I felt like a nobody. I felt like I couldn't do anything. But by immersing myself in this unorthodox odyssey for the past 4 years, like transforming not just my dating life, but my life in general, and then helping all the guys in my private network, the Entourage, do the same, it's made me realise this skill does bleed over into the rest of our lives. Like coming out here, putting ourselves through the social fire, doing what terrifies us. I don't know, I think it conditions us to take the path of most resistance and then forge a new identity through the fires of adversity. So yeah, if you're not doing so already, I would love for you to just start doing this. Just like coming out, recording yourself in public. You could just do it every single day for the next 7 days. I guarantee after the end of those 7 days, you are going to feel like one confident motherfucker. Like, it's interesting as well because even though I did have a decade of social practice of being a magician, like doing this, like coming outside into a busy area like this, it still would have scared me. But now it's like, it's a weird feeling. It's difficult to describe it. It's like when I'm out here and I'm speaking to you on this camera, I really feel as though the rest of the world isn't actually real. Yeah, like living for an audience of one. It's like everybody else is like an NPC. This is like solipsism, right? Everyone else is an NPC because I don't know what it's like to be anybody else. I'm only conscious of my own consciousness. Does that make sense? So like when I'm out here, and this is the only way to actually practice this stuff as well, right? There's just far too many talking head expostulators on the internet. Oh, how to be confident. You never see them actually doing anything. It's all just theory, theory, theory. The reason why I'm so good at what I do is because I mix theory with action. Like I drop mad theory whilst putting myself through the social fire. This is why I love doing these live streams where I just talk to you in public in a busy area, because it's like you can see that I actually walk the walk. Like whilst I'm walking through the social fire, I'm helping you boys, like inspiring you and be like, don't do what I say, do what I do. I think this is what it's about. I think the internet is just sick of all of these nonsense talking head videos of people that don't actually have evidence to back up what they say. I always say to you boys, evidence has got the loudest voice. That's what it's about, you know, just making ourselves violently uncomfortable so we can become the most amazingly awesome version of ourselves. So yeah, I think this is cool, but it's kind of difficult to grapple your head around. Like if you are currently saddled into your own bullshit at the moment, like by me coming out here just talking to myself, like the rest of the world really doesn't feel real. It's just like little blips in space going past me. And then from like a zoomed out perspective, just imagine that we're on this crater that we call Earth, and we're just like rotating around. In 100 years, none of this is gonna matter. Like the day that I die, it's like everyone's gonna forget. Do you know what I mean? It's like that, like what is it? Like every man dies twice. It's when you physically die and the moment when your name is spoken for the last time. So yeah, I don't know. I do think that when you come across my content for the first time, you probably think, oh yeah, it's just one of those cold approach guys. But I think the deeper you actually go in my content and the more you get to know me as an individual, you can actually see the frequency we're tapping into here. You know, this is about becoming the most fuckable version of ourselves. It's having a healthy relationship with our fears. It's doing what we want rather than settling for what we think we can get, and ultimately being free from bullshit. Like this is what freedom from bullshit actually looks like. It's doing what I'm doing now. It's living my international lifestyle. It's waking up every single day in my dream. It's inspiring a generation of men to live a life beyond the beige. Like, I've already made it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've made it because I've decided. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go meet up with my guy. I'm gonna rest my voice for a little bit. But yeah, I hope that this has inspired you. Bye.